You're listening to WSRF 1580 AM.
W25HCZ 99.5 FM.
Mon radio.
Bonsoir tout le monde, m'a dit un gros bonsoir à tout le monde qui attendait WSRF 1580 AM 99.5 FM. Nous connaissons dans le ça, nous connaissons attendait cinéma vérité que moi toujours présenté pour nous chaque semaine sur WSRF 1580 AM 99.5 FM pour tout le monde qui attendait nous sur YouTube, sur Facebook, nous là, n'a présenté mais aujourd'hui on a fait un petit changement dans cinéma vérité nous pas le présenter sur bon tout bail c'est cinéma bien entendu me toujours dit nous ça mais aujourd'hui nous pas plus parler avec un monde qui dans la communauté haïtienne qui fait tellement de activités, tellement de sujets, tellement de bah connaissez lui-même qui peut présenter tête li qui pral capable dire nous exactement et comment ça est que toute activité que le fait. Bonsoir docteur Sabine, nous voulons plus ou moins pour dire nous qui est souillé et plus ou moins mais essayez pas les petits créoles là pour nous mélanger avec anglais ça pas nuit mais quand même pour dire un gros bonsoir et puis faut me dire un gros bonsoir toi maman qui attendait nous dans Fort Lauderdale n'a dit merci en pile parce que t'écrit femme voyant ça so bonsoir go ahead talk about yourself Vas-y.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Do you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, bonsoir. Good evening, everybody. My Creole. We're going to try, people. We're going to try. But I want to thank you all, merci tout le monde, to listen to me. I am Dr. Sabine Charles. I am a global speaker, a best-selling author, and also an internal auditor at a university. And I've created a program, a framework called Leadership MEQ, which combines mindset, emotional intelligence, and leadership qualities, because I believe leadership starts from within. So I am Haitian. I was born in Brooklyn, New York by Haitian parents, where faith, resilience, community was core. You know how we always say, l'école, la caille, l'église. Those are the three things. Those were the three things for sure. Yeah. And so growing up in that household, growing up in that household, I actually learned a lot because my father was a political asylum. And so he had to leave Haiti and he ended up being a bellman and he was a lawyer. So I learned very early that leadership isn't about titles, it's about service and how you lift up others, even when you don't have resources. And that's the foundation of my book. And so I am so honored today to really share this framework, this legacy that I have shared with people around the world from the US, Greece, Colombia. And now I am so happy to be sharing it to my Haitian community. I do speak French fluently, so I'm going to have to start talking in French sometimes, but I want to kind of say thank you. And this framework is about embracing your voice, resilience, and power to lead with impact. So that is the introduction to who I am.
Okay. M'abdou merci en pile parce que tu prends en considération pour te avec nous dans la communauté haïtienne. These youngsters, I mean, they come in, they went to school, they get to that level, and then you don't see them in the community anymore because they start doing their own things on other communities. And thank you a lot because you decided to put your voice also in the Haitian community. That will give us an opportunity to hear you. I mean, to get a lot of. I know that.
Moi, m'apprendre en anglais. Et s'il vous plaît, si vous parlez en créole, comme ça, plus monde cap comprendre.
Oui, eh ben c'est ça. C'est ça, eh ben n'a continuer à aller comme ça. Parce que
Merci.
tout travail ça qu'on fait, m'a vle di ou merci en pile parce que ou vin porter parole là dans la communauté haïtienne nan, et son gros effort que ou te gen doit aller dans n'importe l'autre côté, mais ou porter le tout dans la communauté haïtienne nan. Question moi pour me connaît que ou grandi non maison non caille qui gen haïtien of course yo concept là toujours été haïtien. I'm pretty sure many of you guys like your griot, your everything else that's Haitian. C'est pas Adventiste. Bien entendu. Premier bagay pour comment que avant d'entrer dans l'ivio, comment que ou te joindre, comment yo te poussé ou pour te faire toute étude ça. Parce que d'habitude ou gen doit pas joindre moun qui allait dans toute montée descente ça yo pour get your doctoral. Comment yo te poussé, comment femme ou te poussé ou?
So my parents always said education is key. Without education, we can't move up. And I think every Haitian family, a lot of Haitian families say that because there are a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors, and a
Yes.
lot of lawyers. So the parents come here, they work and did what they had to do for us to move forward, pass the baton. And so with education, you could change the world. And that's why it's the foundation of my pillars, the 3 pillars I was talking about before. Continuous learning and never forget who you are. Because you were talking earlier when you were introducing, usually this segment is about theater and things like that. Well, today, you are the main character of your story. Today, we need to reclaim that main character because that is what's important in life. And that's what I was taught through my upbringing. My mother was a nurse. Like I was telling you, my father was a bellman, but he used to help us with homework. He used to instill with us that you need to always do the best you can because that's all you have. It's your word and your being. You're
Yes.
numb.
Non, yon nan bay que comment ko te décidé à pour fin faire étude ou, comment te décidé pour te créer Charles Financial Strategies because Charles Financial Strategies ou gen Tapa Institute ou gen pile bagay ko créé m'ta remen connaît comment que ou te chita ou te dit OK, I analyze my life, I analyze this and that, et mais ça me pral fait pour me capable aider pa problème moi même que me passer tout step que me fait, mais ça me capable faire moi même pour me commencer helping people around me, pour me commencer aider l'autre monde joindre réponse dans problème que yo gen yo.
So this was not like I sat down and I decided I was going to change things. I started out with a French and Spanish literature major.
Okay.
And my mother was so upset. She was like, you're going to be reading unemployment forms in 3 languages? That's what you're going to pay? I come to this country to get you an education and you do French and Spanish literature? Mommy was not happy. So I had to prove her wrong. So what I did is I did a whole system. I don't want to go into that story, but the point is I landed a job as an internal auditor at a major international bank, which allowed me to live in Brazil and in Panama. With that, I started thinking, what should I do differently? How do I continue moving up in my career? I went back to school. So it's not a straight line. It's sometimes a backwards and a forward. I went back for accounting and economics, and then I got my master's in accounting, and I said, oh, I need to get certified. And then I got a great job. I couldn't pass the certification exam. I kept failing and failing. I had a problem with my neck. I was rushed to the hospital. I was thinking I was going to lose my kids because I was going to lose my job. I mean, the mental things I was talking to myself, that negative talk, caused me to fail so many times. And once I figured out, and that was my first book, Cracking the Code, which I owe you 2 books.
Yes,
So
I saw 4.
yes, I know. But that was my first one. Cracking the
Okay.
Code
Yes.
was the first one. And I realized that it was not about being smart, it's about being a strategist. So there's nothing about being smart. This is what I think. I think it's about working hard. We all have the potential. So once I passed my certification exam, I realized I could help people who are in my situation. So I created Tapa Institute. Then the pandemic hit. And Tapa Institute was really helping adults pass certification, nursing, social work, uh, t- uh, um, general contractor, the CPA, certified public accountant, certified internal auditor, those type of exams. And then COVID stopped everything. And I started thinking, and I was in the middle of my doctorate, and I said, how can I, after the first month when we realized the world was going to continue, the first couple of weeks we were thinking, we're doing a lot of prayer and thinking, okay, the world is going to end. But once that time passed, I started saying, what made me where I am? Who am I? And I came up with the Leadership MEQ framework. And so I switched my doctorate to focus on how do people become successful? Is it becoming certified or is it something else? And my dissertation was about analyzing that. And I realized through my research that emotional intelligence, learning how to talk to people and understanding the person in front of you, is how you become successful. Hence, I wrote my other book, my second book, which is Leadership MEQ. And then I have a workbook, and then I have courses, and then now here we are. So it was a journey.
Yeah, I mean, it was a quiet, a great one. Great one. Will give you the opportunity to get where you are right now. Mine is a little bit similar because I mean, I did French. I did. I mean, I didn't stay in the Spanish world, which I after that I switched on cinema and radio and televisions, which my parents was really telling me that I mean I have to go to unemployment also for all this. Anyway,
They mean good. They mean the best.
yes, exactly. But one of the things you just said, your Tapa Institute, a lot of people not only were preparing themselves to take any exam, the CPA or anything else. I mean, did you find people who have problem because the way we were raised in Haiti, the national test that we have to take for the U.S., it's always hard for us to comprehend and then to understand what's going on. So that's mean you prepare people, any type of people, I mean, any type of things they study, you prepare them to take this type of test?
Yes. And it's just happened that I help a lot of people with ADHD. Just by chance. It wasn't like a focal point. So what I do is the first session, I analyze how you process information. That's my first thing. What do you do? And what's your challenge? What the ways are you studying that's not helping you pass the exam? Because once we figure that out, then I build I call it the GPS to success, a customized study plan based on your life. A lot of the people who come to me are women who have small kids or single parents or people who have learning challenges and they need to pass this exam. Recallability is the key to exam success. And I created something called the one-liner. And it's not a joke. In English, it's like the one-liner is a joke. But the one-liner is really using something it's called chunking, really. It's using something and adding something you don't know so that you could start retaining it. And that is how I get so many people passing certification exams.
That is so great. That's, I mean, I don't know what to say, because that is so great, because this opportunity give people the setup for them to be able to have to pass their exam and then to do whatever they need to do. Now let's talk a little bit about the book that I like the most is the leadership book. How
Yes.
do you get to write that book? Sitting down and said, okay, I mean, with all the information I got, and then I know when people are preparing their PhD, they do the PhD. This is a great opportunity for them if there's anything they want to publish after. It gives them the opportunity to do so. So how do you preparing yourself by doing your PhD thesis? How do you preparing yourself and then you said, okay, this part I have to put it on a book? Is that the way it done, or you were finishing with everything and then while you talking to people, getting to see people, and then that's the way you decided to go with that book?
Well, the first thing is that for me to get through my dissertation, I used the one-liner concept to help me read those pages and pages of things that I had to memorize. So I used some of the things that I used to pass my certification exam for the doctorate. Once I finished the doctorate, I started asking, because I work in a university, and I started asking people who had PhDs and doctorates and say, what's next? And they said, the next thing is for you to start getting published, and you could convert your dissertation into a book. And I said, okay. I was like, because remember, my career path was in finance and in accountancy. So this was something I'm combining accounting and mindset. And I spoke to them, and it's about mentorship. I spoke to them and they said, yes, Sabine, you should start thinking about how you could convert this to a book and to a course. Because look, at the end of the day, we have to eat. And having a doctorate and a PhD is great. I like food. I like trips. And so I was like, mettez pas au petit papier, Nomura is great. But we need to start eating and using this to benefit not only myself, but the world. Because if you keep everything for yourself, that's not, I don't think that's whole, kind to do. I'm not to go into religion, right? So I think sharing is caring. Let's just use that expression. And that's how I wrote it. So I sat down and I said, what is the first thing to be successful? It's your mindset. And you have to figure out how you eat, how you sleep, your environment really dictates your ability to be successful. So I sat there and I came up with that. And if you see the book, in the beginning of the book, there's a wheel. It's a wheel of life. And then around it is your core values, self-reflection, and innovation. Haitian people are the most innovative people I've met, because I've been to Haiti and I see these toys that kids make out from things from the street. And I really see how people come with circumstances creates creativity, allows creativity. And innovation is the key for us to continue to push that wheel forward. So I sat there and I looked at my life and I looked at what I learned and I combined it and came up with the book. And then emotional intelligence, as being an auditor, and what an auditor does, we go into companies and we tell people what to do. We look at you and we ask you questions, we verify documents, and then we give you recommendations. So a lot of times when we come in, people are not friendly. They're hostile. So how can you get somebody who's hostile to accept your recommendation? That's where the emotional intelligence piece I started developing. I learned early, everybody, my mother says, I'm going to mess up this Creole expression, but
Okay.
you cannot speak, like certain people you have to speak peas, certain people you have to speak rice, certain people you have to speak chicken. Not everybody you need to speak the same way. I'm translating this saying she always tells me.
Gen moun ou ka di,
Mommy, I did.
Bon me de yo, gen moun ou
Yes.
ka pale de pois pour avec yo, gen moun ou ka pale
Yeah.
de duri, gen l'autre moun ou ka pale de poule. Cela dépend qui moun ko joine nan, qui groupe ko joine nan, c'est li même ko pral connaît qui ça pour présenter et qui ça que qui capable créer dans environnement
A
pour faire
liaison
leadership.
entre.
Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes.
Thank
I
you very
understand
much.
that. I understand
See,
that.
mommy, I tried.
She'll forgive you. She'll forgive you. Tell us exactly, more or less, not only where they can find you, but what exactly you can present to people, to groups. What type of work people can hire you for, to do for them to be able not only to achieve what they wanted, but also for them to grow, to proceed, and then to make the community a better place. Qui ça qu'on fait? Et me connais qu'on fait summit, qu'on fait groupe, tout bail ça yo. Mettez-nous dans bien comment qui ça que carré l'eau, puis on dit comme ça que docteur Sabine, OK, moi besoin aide dans ça, besoin aide dans ça, besoin aide dans ça, même gon groupe là vinn chita avec yo. Côté on ka joindre pour yo faire tout setup ça yo.
Okay, the first thing, you could find me at drsabinecharles.com. And
Very
it's
easy.
it's my name, drsabinecharles.com. Now, who could use this? It's in different levels. Because if you're interested, we have the book in French.
Right.
So we have it in French, Spanish, and Portuguese, and English. There's no barriers. And you could buy it on Amazon. Or you could
Okay.
buy it on my website. That's one. Number two, we have online courses in 4 languages that the purpose of the courses is to help people to find their voice, become that main character. You could be a nurse and you're being passed over for promotion. We analyze that. I have a woman right now that just yesterday, she just hired me to help her move up the corporate ladder. So I have coaches on my team. We analyze your situation. We have coaches, and then you go through the 30-day program or the 60-day program, depending on the situation. So we analyze and we build the package that's for you so that you could achieve your goal. Next, if you have certification needs, you need to pass an exam, because by passing the exam elevates you into a different tax bracket, into a different lifestyle. That's leadership. Needing that help. I even help massage therapists pass exams. We could sit with you and analyze what you're doing to help you. And even if I've worked with medical doctors because I've had clients who had other medical issues to help them study at certain times and with their medication and stuff. So again, everyone is able to be successful. And then the last thing that you could do, if you want to go away and travel the world, we have retreats going to Kenya. We're going to Morocco, to Belize. And these retreats, we're tapping into helping you find your voice, your purpose, and your power. At the end of the day, you've been put on this earth to add value and to help someone else, because this is how society elevates. And regardless, and I always tell people, and I tell this to my kids, do not allow other people to define you. You tell them who you are. That's the message.
Nicely said. And then
I'm sorry I can't say it in Creole.
I mean, non, pas gen problème avec ça. Et si nous besoin contacter Dr. Sabine, parce que conseil de Bali dit là, même même mon capable système yo là bon opérateur tout ça yo get en trip yo get en voyage yo en trip yo longe mais yo là pour yo dire comme ça que non n'a pral flâner nous va faire yo get demander retreat pour organisation fait pour yo so n'a get parler de ça docteur Sabine bien content le fait que m'était capable chita ensemble avant aujourd'hui parce que gon paquet d'informations pour nous gon paquet d'informations pour communauté haïtienne m'a continuer dire comme ça que aller sur website ou Dr. Sabine .com aller sur website là tellement d'informations moi-même tellement puisé d'informations depuis quelques semaines là n'a essayé cette top interview ça tête moins plein tellement moins informations moi merci en pile et m'a pour dire merci encore à parents qui te ba nos opportunités qui te grandi au non environnement qui te bonne opportunité pour te venir toute éducation ça et puis pour capable avancer vers l'avant merci en pile pas rien que nous oublier parler de lui côté besoin parler de lui.
You know what? I want to thank you honestly
thank you.
Because by you doing this you're also connecting other people around the world. People are listening. I told people in Costa Rica about this, about me talking today, and they're actually listening to it, coworkers of mine. So the thing is that this is how we change the world. We need to change the narrative. And by you broadcasting this and sharing information and having people come here and teach and talk, this is beautiful. And I thank you for doing that.
Yes. Don't forget, drsabinecharles.com. Go ahead and go down on the website and then you see all the links côté nous aller pour nous joindre toute information. Nous toujours là dans radio à tout 359 40 15 80 si on veut faire ça pour lui demander moins information sur docteur. I'll be more than happy to give the information. And sur ce, m'a dit merci en pile à Jean-Aubert qui était sous bord là et Pierre Gerson Joseph qui était sous caméra. N'a dit merci en pile à docteur qui te prend temps ni parce que she's a busy woman guys. She is extremely busy. OK, qui te prend temps ni pour te chiter ensemble avec nous aujourd'hui pour te parler. Vas-y.
I do have one thing to say.
Okay.
So there's some things that are coming up. I'm going to be doing a TED Talk.
Okay.
I'm doing a TED Talk. So some of us know what it is. It's basically you're on this big international stage and you have about 10 to 15 minutes to talk and give them your philosophy. Okay. And I'm going to share a bit of Haitian culture in my talk, putting it on the international stage. So I need support. And it's going to be October 16th. If you go to TEDx, Dr. Sabine Charles, they'll come up, they'll post it in November. And then the next thing is that we're giving a virtual summit for free until December.
Gratis.
Then we're going to charge. We're going to charge after December. Okay? For free. And it's about leadership and it's about emotional intelligence and elevating your life virtual. That's what I have.
Qui dit mieux? Merci en pile, Doc. Merci pour sauter chitan là ensemble avec nous. Et n'a dit tout le monde, bonne fin de semaine. À la prochaine. Ciao, ciao.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.